rotation. Just how encouraging was a start like this, and how impressive was it, honestly?
Very impressive. It's certainly a silver lining for tonight. Obviously, it never feels good to lose a ball game, but I think the big takeaway is we've got Yoshinobu back. He was very good tonight, and it's something for us to build on. I'm just frustrated that we couldn't finish the game and finish the way we did tonight. But yeah, clearly the fastball command, the breaking ball, the split, everything was on point tonight, and really exciting.
Were you really expecting, or was there anything in particular you were expecting from him, or was it just, a mystery? You might get a night like this, you might get something less.
I think, speaking honestly, I didn't know what to expect. I knew that he was going to go out there and compete. But I think, guys like Yoshinobu know that, pitching for his country and knowing that there's 4 Japanese players on the field, that there's a lot of attention in this game. I think that heightened the focus for him. I really do. And he really showed out. But I didn't know if there was going to be rust or how he was going to command the baseball, but he passed with flying colors.
Was that about the limit in terms of pitches?
Yeah, that was it. It couldn't have been a better outcome for us.
Just between his start and the steps that Tyler's taken this week, how different, how much more positively are you feeling about the state of the rotation right now?
Much better. I feel much better about the rotation tonight than I did 24 hours ago. And on the heels of Tyler's bullpen and knowing that he's going to pitch on Friday in a simulated game, multiple innings, so it's starting to turn as far as kind of getting back to the rotation that we had envisioned.
As far as like the 8th inning, just kind of how you explain an inning like that, is it just a lack of focus on a couple of those plays?
There's a lot of things that happened tonight that led to us not winning a baseball game. Getting picked off at first base, I think, changed the momentum. Not being able to make a play, Austin threw the ball wide. The play that Kike was kind of a bang-bang tweener, but turned into an error. The ball that got by Muncy, somehow that turned into some more runs. It was just very uncharacteristic. Led to a lot of pitches for Evan, and it was just a different team that I didn't really recognize in that 8th inning. For 7 innings, I thought we played fantastic baseball. Had the pitching lined up, and the 4-pitch walk to happen to start the inning from Alex was uncharacteristic. So, these are things that just can't happen.
Did you address them after the game, or?
No. I think that we'll have conversations with our guys. It's stuff that really hasn't happened. Unfortunately, it seemed like it all happened tonight. But I think all those things led to changing of momentum and cost us outs, bases, and ultimately the game.
What kind of happened?
I haven't seen the replay. Miggy made the right play as far as trying to keep that runner at first base, pretending that he was going to have it. We call it a deke, and I just don't know if Max was in the right position, to be quite honest. And then the ball got by him, but that's a play that shouldn't get past the third baseman.
What's going to be backing up on that play as well?
Evan was behind, backing up home, so he didn't know where the ball was going to go, so he was kind of in between, but that wasn't his fault.
And the day before the game, you placed Anthony Banda on the IL with a left hand fracture. Any more on that?
Yeah, it's a hairline fracture, fortunately. Unfortunately, it's his throwing hand, and I don't know, when he's going to return, but obviously it's an IL situation, and it's going to be a few days I think it's a few days without throwing, and then hopefully we can build him back, and the hope is to get him back at some point in time this year.
How did that happen?
It was a moment of weakness and frustration where he decided to take on a solid object that ultimately won the battle. So it was something that emotions kind of played into it, with the outing that he had last night, and it's something I know he regrets, we all regret, and he'll still learn from it.
Did it happen last night?
It did.
what was a solid option?
I don't know.
What's next for Yamamoto?
Yamamoto is going to pitch on Monday, I think it is. I think it's Monday.
Hey, what did you
How old is pitching up the next?
I think it's 5 and 75, something like that. You know, it's my guess, depending on how each inning goes. But yeah, I think 5 and 75 is fair.
What did you see from Bruzdar, and did he come out of it okay?
He came out of it fine. I think that certainly looking at the quality of contact that he was giving up, he's not sharp, nor should he be. I think it was a softer landing given the leverage of the game. He was throwing strikes, but I think that, you know, the slider gave up some hard hits with that. The sinker just wasn't as consistent, but that's part of it. We've got time to kind of sharpen things up with Broussard, but yeah, he came out of it healthy.
How did you see Imanaga?
Imanaga was good. I thought we did a good job with him. Hit some homers off him. He competed. He was efficient. Got into the 7th inning, and yeah, I mean, I thought we still did a good job with him. But it was a good matchup.
How close was Yamamoto tonight to what you saw from him at Yankee Stadium?
It was very similar. I don't think he used a slider like he did at Yankee Stadium, but as far as fastball and curveball split, very similar.
Just kind of more like the guy that you guys thought you were getting when you signed him.
Yeah. This is. I mean, we'll take this every start going forward. The fastball command, both sides of the plate, hits the low dart, the split down below that, stealing a strike with the breaking ball. Yeah, it was just really efficient. It was really good.
You know, watching the game from the, he's obviously watched the game from the bench now for the last few months. Do you think that gave him any kind of different perspective, maybe?
I think with Yoshinobu, he's very aware of where we're at and how the value that he brings to our ball club. So I really like the focus from him, and there's a sense of urgency, and he realizes that, you know, he's got 3 more starts now to be as finely tuned as he can possibly be and build up. So that's something that I feel really confident with, and that's the maturity that he has, because he's pitching a lot of big ball games throughout his career as well.